Here's the thing that impressed me. Iowa State ran the football. Iowa State was more physical on both lines of scrimmage. Iowa State was 3 for 3 on fourth down. 3 for 3. Like that was
Yep.
the pivotal things when they needed to make plays. And late in the games, late in the game, I don't know what analytics tells you. Up three in plus territory, like going in, you kick a field goal and you make them go score 7 to beat you. And you probably feel pretty good about that. But Iowa State and Matt Campbell was like, nah, bro, that's not what we do. My best player is Rocco Becht. I'm going to give him the ball, put it in his hands, and he absolutely makes a play on fourth down. Kansas State didn't make those plays. And I would love more than anything, Brent, if we had time to do breakdowns in here and just show people all the time like the film. Go look at Avery Johnson run the football on that fourth and short. He makes a couple of critical errors, man. He makes a cut and he balls up. Like, listen, this is late in the game. You're not a quarterback anymore. Like, you are a running back that needs to lower your shoulder, take all your momentum, and keep falling forward. And if you watch, man, he slows his feet down. He kind of turns his shoulder. And that was a big part of this game because Iowa State gets the ball on their own 30. Kansas State went for it on their own 30-something. Like,
Yep. Own 30.
Own 30. Like, that's a big deal. And they fail because I'm a firm believer. He could have stuck that thing in there, Brent, and could have been more physical, and he would have got it. He absolutely would have got that first down, but they were 1 for 4, and
Yep.
and Iowa State was 3 for 3. Like in critical moments, when you needed a big play, Rocco Becht, Iowa State ran the football, were more physical, stopped the run better, and that I feel like we're going back to Little League football, but that's exactly what they did in the critical moments.
Let's go back to the fourth down with Avery Johnson because I'm probably going to say it and not be nice about it. But the decision itself. So that decision, 8-9, I think it was 8-19 to go in the game
Yeah.
on your own 30, 4th and 1, you're down 17-14. That was one where like I'm normally a go for it all the time. That's probably one where I would have been just like, okay, let me try to play the field position game here a little bit, at least.
Yeah.
But the only way I've looked at this and I rewatched the play a ton, the only thing that I can possibly think of is that he thought he already had the first down because of the way the screwed up field was and the no lines and because the paint was gone and
Which
all
is
that
weird.
sort of garbage.
It's different. It's a different look, man.
And I didn't see any comments from him. I didn't look to see if he had said, "Hey, I thought I got it." I didn't.
Did you
see
think
that.
he got it?
I don't. I mean, maybe. Who knows? But in the end, no matter what it is, that was soft as Charmin. That was unreal. Like that might, if you look at their team and you're just like the entirety of your team, and the quarterback kind of does that and
Man, I don't
doesn't
like
just
it.
doesn't just show the guts. By the way, that the other quarterback did the entire game.
Yeah.
That's just that's one that's
The
going to be
blocking
hard to
was
swallow
there.
for them.
The blocking was there. They did the math, which is really, but they tried to go up the middle early in the game and had very little success. They did a good job pulling guys, using your quarterback in the run game. Your quarterback's got to make that play. Like, he's too good of a player. He's too good of an athlete to lose momentum and to ball up. But credit to Iowa State. Like, it was sloppy. A bunch of turnovers. They had more fumbles, Iowa State, in that game than they had all of last year. Like, literally, more fumbles than all of last year because it was kind of sloppy. But here's what you found out if you watched football this week, which, welcome, you should be watching football. So now we know, right now, Iowa State's the best team in the country, right? Right? I mean, can we all say that out loud?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I
Okay,
think that's
Iowa
right.
State, the most impressive win, the best team in the country. But let me tell you something. I also watched Kansas, and I was just reminded about how good of a coach Leipold is. Like,
Yeah.
so good, man. And I'm not saying Kansas is going to win the Big 12, but if you watched Kansas, and I'm not saying they were tested by Fresno State, but we'll have something more on Fresno State later. But just the offensive design, Brent, you're an offensive play caller. Like, you understand it. You understand the game. They're as good as anybody in the country, man, at understanding how to use their guys, how to use pre-snaps, motions, shifts, post-play, guys going across the formation, just making your eyes go slanted and cross-eyed, like, because they're going to make you think so much. And as much as I was impressed with Iowa State, which I was, Kansas, Jalon Daniels there again, like, that was a fun watch too, man.
88.7 overall PFF grade for Jalon Daniels. And the biggest thing watching them that my mind went to was, especially with them in like the split back look where there was 2 running backs on either side of Daniels. It felt very Rich Rod, like West Virginia with Pat White, where the sort of crossbuck action, misdirection out the wazoo, like that was
So good,
and
man.
if you do that, and if he stays healthy, they're a
Yeah.
different team. And by the way, shout out to David Booth, who just
The
dropped the
facilities.
$300 million check, and they got the new stadium, the look, like how excited
Packed
probably
it
was that
out.
fan base to
Yep.
see their team on their home field. That was a good opening win for them. Which
Let me tell
in
you
terms
something.
of the Big 12 is going to be one score galore. We know that
Yeah.
already, but it's fun to see and fun moment for Kansas, fun
I got
weekend
to
for them.
say this, Brent, and I hate saying this. I absolutely hate saying this. If game 1 was an indicator for Jalon Daniels, absolutely 0% chance of making it through the season. And I don't take pride in saying that, and I'm not wishing injury on him. I'm just telling you, the guy is exciting. He's one of the most exciting players in all of college football. He's got slipperiness. He's got wiggle. He can sling it, but he holds on to it to the last minute because he's tough. He takes shots because he's tough. We talked about another guy. We're not mentioning toughness with this guy. Like
No.
Jalon's been banged up throughout his career. He's throwing slot fades down the field, but he's hanging on to the last second and getting destroyed by 2 guys. He's always dancing and moving and kind of looking around, and he gets pulled down from behind a lot. And so, I mean, I saw the weapons though. Highshaw, Williams, the guys that we talked about on this show. We talked about Emmanuel Henderson Jr., who came from Alabama and gives them the first bam guy. Like the first guy, first play they throw to him right now. They give him a now route because they're like, this dude can fly. So the offense is going to be exciting. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. It's going to be hard to stop. But, man, Jalon has to protect himself, not take that many hits. If he does, it will be impossible to survive a season, man. He's not big and strong like some of those other guys. He's a smaller build, a little bit slighter. But you talk about exciting, man, very few are as exciting as him.
Yeah, and we saw it at the end of last year. I mean, they got on a run. They kept Colorado out of the Big 12 championship. They beat BYU late. That they had
beat
that
everybody
win
late.
Yeah,
First unranked team to beat 3 ranked teams in a row, right? 3 or 4 ranked teams in a row.
So we saw that. I think one of the cool things about Kansas is the transfer portal in general. You see guys, and granted, this is one game. It's one game against Fresno State. It's not like we're not talking like it's the greatest thing ever. But LaShawn Williams, who had, I think, 64 yards and a touchdown, was Iowa's leading rusher 2 years ago. So it's a name that you likely don't hear about a lot because he was hurt last year and then transferred. And then Bengali Kamara.
Well, and they had one of the best running backs in the country at Iowa too.
Right.
So
Right. And then Kamara off the edge. 3 QB pressures, strip sack, who was a 4-year guy at Pitt, goes to South Carolina and is like, they've got all kinds of dudes here, and new guys like Dylan Stewart. Like, I'm not going to play a lot, and sort of put himself in the portal after a few games at South Carolina, and then becomes a force there and makes plays for Kansas. So finding guys like that,
defensive tackle, another guy that
made
popped,
a lot of plays, 97.
Like he was in there over and over again. So I mean, I don't know how much they'll stop people consistently. And again, watching Fresno's offensive line, we weren't putting together any clinic tapes. Like it was hard zone, and Kansas just stunted, and they literally ran things down left and right. But it was an impressive debut for Rock Chalk Jayhawk. You had to be impressed. Brett Taylor said he just got here and the like button was smashed. We like that, Brett Taylor. So thank you for smashing the like button.
Like that, very much so. But in terms of the Big 12, because obviously those were the teams that played and that we got to watch actual football. Like Iowa State, they're not very explosive. They're going to be every game they're going to be in, to me, for the most part, is going to, outside of maybe a few games they should take care of, like South Dakota next week. But do you trust Rocco Becht? Trust Matt Campbell in those close games, because they're going to be they're just not very explosive, and specifically not yet. Like the 2 transfer receivers didn't have a reception. Like the receivers that actually had receptions were guys they already had on the roster. So that's one thing. And then it's always going to be a coin flip because like Kansas State, from a yardage, a per play perspective, they kind of outplayed them in a way, but didn't make the plays when it counted. And they're going to beat some teams, but they're also going to do some of the things that we saw this weekend.